Hi everyone, welcome again to our live energy readings. If you've read my post this week, I have changed it up a little bit, and I'll tell you why I've done that. Because, although I can read energy and, your future is part of your energy, because that's the direction you're going in, it really doesn't create personal growth for you and empower you. And that's really the focus on what I want to achieve from our live readings, so that you can get some clarity on what you may need to change. Not necessarily change, but redirect. So we're shining some light on an issue that you may be having just now. Now, it's really important to know that the issue you're having just now is never the root cause, ever, okay? It can come from many, many places. And that's where the energy reading really helps you, because this may be something that is unconscious for you, okay? It may be hidden. So I can look at your energy field and see perhaps maybe where you have some unconscious programming and stories that you're still living your truth of. And this may be something that's happened from the past. It may not even be yours. And we carry many, many wounds that aren't even ours to carry. So it can be really, really empowering when you release that. So I'll be releasing one block tonight from everyone that's asking a question on a challenge. Now, it may be that there's many blocks to the situation, okay? Because what happens is we anchor all of the stories into every area of our lives. So something that may be affecting you in work, or lack of direction, perhaps lack of confidence, maybe several different issues, okay? But for you to experience a shift in energy, then that's what I'll be offering tonight, okay? So get your questions in. You can still ask for your light score, okay? For anybody that doesn't know what light score is, it's your frequency. And we're all vibrating on our own unique frequency. Now, for ease of understanding what your frequency is, I will measure it on a percentage from 0 to 100. Now, nobody's ever at 0 and nobody's ever at 100, because we're always experiencing life. So we're always thinking, we're always feeling, we're always experiencing people outside of ourselves. So we never ever get to 100. So usually what I see is a balanced lifestyle, when we're still exploring and maybe dropping our frequency down so that we can start to process some emotions. That can dip us a wee bit as well. So usually a balanced, healthy light score would be in the 70s. Okay, somebody with a light score of less than 20 is somebody that's really struggling. That gives me a really good baseline of what I'm reading. So I always ask, even when I'm doing my healing, I will always ask, first of all, from your higher self and your guidance, is what is your light score, and then I will ask for the priority to heal, to clear up for you. Okay. So let me actually just check that I'm on live, because I haven't done that, have I? If somebody wants to maybe just put a comment in and tell me I'm on live, that would be very helpful. Let's have a look. Oh, I am on live. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what types of questions can you ask? Well, you can ask anything. Okay, anything that you want to have a little bit of clarity on. Okay, thank you, Sabrina. I am live. I made that mistake a couple of lives ago, where I was happily chatting away to myself for 10 minutes thinking I was live, and I was not. So yes, lesson learned. Okay, if you have any questions, just remember that we are on a public forum here. Okay, so if there's anything really personal that you want to get guidance on, and for me to read or to do a healing on, then please contact me direct. Okay, because I won't share anything too personal on this page, even if I see it. Okay, and that's just for your personal information to be protected too. Okay, so I will guide you. I will give you the information in a way that is safe to do so on this platform. Okay, so even if it's about relationships or something that you want some clarity on, maybe it's a job or anything like that, just ask away and I will have a look. Got a bit of a frog in my throat. It never started until I came on live. Excuse me. Okay, Leila. Excuse me. Good evening. Okay. Please would you tell me what you see with my position as buying a new house and my youngest neurodivergent daughter and how she is living this transition? Okay. Let me have a look. Just going to take a little bit of time with this. I think there's some communication difficulties here with this one, Leila. And I wonder if you are holding things back because you're trying to protect her. This is not what is needed because what she needs is safety here to transition any changes going forward, because what that is actually showing is it just doesn't feel safe. Okay, the unfamiliar is not safe for her. I wonder, how old's your daughter, Leila? Oh yeah, she does seem quite young, but I don't think she's the age emotionally she is on a physical level in terms of the day she was born. Okay, so I feel that she's emotionally a lot younger than that. So between years, there is an energy here it feels like it's mismatching, and that is because of communication. Now, that can be easily remedied two ways. One, that you open up and communicate and do it in a way that she will understand, so that she has a feeling of safety, but also for her, because this lack of safety isn't because she's neurodivergent, okay? It's because she's learned this from a younger age. So her nervous system's still acting like she has to be on full guard. Okay, so that can actually be cleared up. So she can actually start to process information and changes while still feeling safe and secure. Okay, so there's two things that you can do about that. Your light score. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, your light score's a little bit up and down. It's like you have a good day and then you're quite flat and lack motivation. So your light score is 43. Now, what you can do to improve this is to have time for yourself. Because at the moment, you seem to be giving a lot of energy. Okay, but you can't give on a half empty cup. So you have to start getting really good at is taking for you. Okay, so having time for yourself, and that will raise it a bit. It does feel like there's a little bit of overwhelm here also in your field. But here's the thing, Lee, like, you're not responsible for everyone else's happiness. And that's what causes you to keep giving. Because you have to be responsible for everybody else, and that's not true. Okay, because everyone, regardless of where it comes from or what they're holding, everybody is responsible for their own stuff. Even children have to be responsible for their own stuff. That doesn't mean we're saying, oh, that's your fault, you have to deal with that. That's not what I'm saying. But everybody has to be responsible for working through their own stuff. Okay, because if you keep doing it for her, or trying to protect her in other ways, then what you're doing is you're doing her a disservice then from growing emotionally. Okay, and this will really help her when you do that. Okay, I hope that helps you. Let me know if that resonates with you. Hi, Anita. Okay, guys, get your questions in. If this is the first time that you are logging on to one of my lives, I am doing these once a month, And I do this free, of course, because it's my way of giving back to the community and help to, get the word out that you can all have the power and empower yourselves to heal. Okay, we don't have to settle. We don't have to struggle. We don't always have to stay in pain and suffering. Okay, when we work on ourselves for personal growth, then we can work through things easier. Okay, that doesn't mean life's not going to be challenging and we're not going to have pain in our lives, because we're here to experience that. Okay, we are here to experience the good, the bad, the challenges, the growth, and our soul lessons. Okay. Laura, okay, I've had a lot of personal things happen the last few weeks for me, and I've been feeling a mix of emotions. I have the sense that I might be holding some kind of block or heaviness. Yeah, and I really appreciate if you could tune in to that and see what might be coming up for me. Okay, Laura. I'll look at your light score first, Laura, just so I can get a baseline. It does feel very, very heavy. And what's really interesting is I've just said it, that so usually when I tune into a live and the energy of the live, there does always appear to be a theme, okay, of people stepping forward to ask because they're holding a certain frequency and vibration. Now that happens because when you are all in that vibration and that frequency, then you will unconsciously want to ask a question. But Laura, what I see here for you is you're also holding this, okay? Your light score is 21, Laura. And that does feel, for you, because you have such a light soul, it does feel very restrictive, okay? So, happiness, joy, peace is expansive, okay? And it makes you energized. But actually, I feel that you're really constricted and tired as well. I feel, Laura, for you is you have to give people back the responsibility for their own healing journey. And for this, it's you want to fix people, but you want to do it through love, okay? And it doesn't matter how much you try and do that, people will not do their own healing until they're ready. Okay, so for you, I would actually just take a step back out of that, because you're absorbing all of the stress and this anxiety and the chaos of what's happening around you in your surroundings, and start to focus on calm nature. Maybe do some healing around where you learned that you had to be responsible for them as well, because there is something here from I see age 2. Now, and a 2-year-old is not going to say I have to be responsible. Okay, so I'm looking on a soul level agreement here, that the soul agreement for you is that you have to be responsible so that they can have, let me just ask what the agreement is. Okay, so you're going to be responsible now for their happiness until the day they die. Okay, and you made that promise. Oh, I'll fix and try and control and give you all of my energy and my love, so then that you can all heal. Okay, and this is really not serving you. So I will actually release this for you. Just give me a moment, and I'm just going to. It's like you're burdened with all of this weight. So we're just going to ask for this burden for Laura and the other people. So I want you to just hold in your mind these people, and I'm just going to clear the energy between you. And also sending their energy back so that you can reclaim yours. So clearing particularly anger, I see here that you're holding, and it's not your anger. This is their anger. So we're going to release the anger that you feel responsible for taking on also. Because if you take on their anger, how does it fix it? Okay. So let's release all of that. And ask Creator to send in unconditional love for you and your emotional body, and clearing away any fear. So marking all the lessons complete for your soul contract that you've had with these people. There is a little bit more still in here. So let me just see if I've got, yeah, I'm going to just spend a little bit more time clearing this up for you, Laura, because there's a lot of resistance to you letting this go. Now, if you see me yawning, you can feel a yawn coming up. If you see me yawning, I'm not tired. It's just how I'm going to process this energy. Okay, so the emotion that's causing the resistance here for you, Laura, is guilt. So you're going to feel so guilty by giving them this back. And it kind of feels like, well, they can't manage it. I have to. Okay, so the resistance here for you that you don't want to give it back to them is because you're going to feel guilty. So this guilt's going to hold it in place. So I'm going to ask Creator to release this guilt from you and all of the belief systems that you're holding for holding on to the responsibility for their happiness and their peace. Okay, I'm just going to ask your higher self now if you can give them back their energy and their own lessons in life. And I hear yes that you can. Okay, so we're just going to release that now and complete that. And send in unconditional love and acceptance both to you and to them. So we send love and compassion to them because we don't want, them to suffer either, but they have to learn their lessons their way in divine timing. Okay, and this is going to be coming for them. Okay, this is just around the corner, but the time is not right for you to try and jump in and fix. There we go. Okay, that's it cleared. Laura, let me know how you feel about that, if that resonated with you. And yeah, just make sure that you drink plenty of water. You might feel that you're a wee bit more energized now, Laura, as well. Okay, Anita, I want to do that as well. Okay, Anita, can you just write your question or the challenge that you've got? I know you said you want to do it as well, but reading into your energy, I want you to think about what the situation is that you need to do this for. Okay, and then I'll look at that further. Okay. Okay, hi, Amri. Can you check my light score, please, and check my chakras? Thank you. Okay, Alison, let me have a look at that. Okay, your light score is 22, and I see exhaustion. Let me look at what area of this. So we can look at the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, or the spiritual body. Now, everything, of course, is in the energy field before it ever becomes physical. Okay, so when I look at anyone with illness, chronic conditions, I always go back into the energy to see which one is causing the problem. So Alison, we have got overburdened with emotion, overwhelm, and just not allowing yourself to rest. And I wonder if, let me have a look at the responsibility also for you, because you have to be responsible for, this isn't about everyone else. This is about, if I stop, then nothing will happen. Everything stops and I haven't got time for that. So it's like you don't allow yourself or give yourself permission to rest, because everything, it's like if I stop and rest today, then I'll have triple to do tomorrow. So there's no way that I'm stopping. So I'll keep going, I'll keep going, I'll keep going. But what you're going to do here is you're going to push yourself into exhaustion. And then Creator will say, now you're going to stop. So what we really want to do here is look at this belief system around that you haven't got permission to stop. Nobody gives me permission to stop. Okay, let me ask where this is located. So this isn't yours either. Okay, so I see this from mum's energy that you have taken on to almost be buffer. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Creator to, I did ask actually if there was anything deeper here. No, you've taken this belief on as a way of helping. So we're just going to ask for that to be released now so that you can allow yourself to rest and give yourself permission to, you're allowed to, it's possible to. And that you can rest without guilt, without fear, and without judgment. Also, I see here a belief system that if I stop, I'll be judged. I'll be judged as lazy. Also coming from age 2. So again, this wasn't yours. This was mother energy. So I'm going to ask Creator just to release this from you so that you can rest. Okay, that's nice. That's now cleared. Chakras. Let me have a look at your chakras. Okay, I first see your sacral chakra is stagnant. And this is your personal power. So it kind of feels like that you can't use your power, or you have no power or control over your life at the moment. Okay, because it kind of feels like, well, 1 minute I had all of this. It looks easy, like an easy road. But now all of my power and control have gone. So I am at the mercy of other people. That's what that feels like. And also your creative energy is blocked too. So I'll just ask, what's the benefit to you to hold on to this? Okay, so this is interesting because the benefit for you to hold on to this is so that you don't get overwhelmed. Because by golly, you've got all of this stuff going on that you can't stop, you can't rest. And if you really step into your power, then you're going to have so much more to do. Okay, so having my power means I have to work harder, I have to do more. So we'll just release you from that belief system that this is true for you. And we're just going to ask for your sacral chakra to be rebalanced, cleansed and purified in Creator's light. Clear any beliefs that you've taken on from another. This can also be affecting your hormones. So asking for your hormones to be balanced. And just sending divine light into every cell of your being to give you energy. Asking for your cells to be energized, your mind, your emotions, your spirit, your etheric body here, your physical body. And for you to have peace, balance, and harmony to be restored within all of your beings, all of your centers, all of your layers, on all and every layer of your being. Okay, there we go. How does that feel, Alison, for you? Sabrina, I was wondering if you could give me clarity. What are the blocks between myself and a specific person connecting and relating freely and honestly? Let me just read that again. Give me some clarity. What are the blocks between myself and a specific person connecting and relating freely and honestly? Is there anything I need to remedy internally or through communication, my end, to move the blocks so we can be in flow? Oh, okay. So I heard a very strong message here for you, Sabrina, is that the flow has to be through you, okay? Because you create your reality as you experience it and witness it. And when life's not in flow, you're not in flow. Okay, now I'm just going to ask where you're not in flow. So you're not in flow with your higher guidance. It's almost like your ego, so when we think about consciously, we have free will. Okay, and yes, we want to make sure that we can do what we can do to create happiness for us. But there has to be a trust in yourself, in the universe, in how you emotionally regulate and how you challenge your own limiting beliefs. And there's a lack of flow between all. Okay, so yes, you might know it, but then emotions take over and then you doubt. So it's like you go into a story of, well, now I have to step in. Okay, but what the guidance is here is to step back. Okay, step back and allow flow to come through you. And what comes with that is trust. Okay, trusting in yourself, and then life will open up for you. And here's the thing, it may not be what you consciously want, okay? Because life will open up that you are guided on this path to do and to learn, okay? Now, we might consciously want something with someone or to be connected with someone in some way, but divine timing has to be right. You have to be on the same frequency. So you in a healed place and this other person in a healed place. And that's when you connect. Because otherwise you may connect, but you connect both from an unhealed version of yourselves. And that way you then trigger each other. Okay. Your light score, let's have a look at that. Okay. This might surprise you. Your light score is 23. And I'm just going to add, okay, you need to be protecting your energy, Sabrina, because you absorb everything. Okay, you take on, you absorb, and it's lowering your light. There does feel that some of the thoughts that you might be experiencing are not your thoughts. Okay, they're thoughts that you are and energies that you're taking on from people around you and from energies around you. So please make sure that you're grounding. I'm going to clear this up for you just now, but you can just reconnect with that because you're not protecting your spiritual boundaries. And this is spiritual boundaries. Okay, so let me just, so grounding. So we're not grounded. So when we're not grounded, our energy's all up here and we can take on from everywhere. Now, as a healer, I have to ground sometimes up to 10 times a day because I'm working so much with energy. And I would say the same for you, Sabrina. You must keep grounding, keep connecting into Mother Earth so that your energy is really centered. And just send a shield of light around you so that you're not absorbing other people's stuff, because a lot of it's just not even yours. So you may not feel like low, but the frequency is going to be lower, and you're going to attract challenges in your life because the frequency is low. So you've taken on an emotion of shame that's not yours. So I'm going to release that emotion of shame, and I'm going to ask for your energy body to be cleansed and purified, and to filter out any lower vibrational energies that are not yours, that you've taken on, that you've absorbed. And this can be from a phone call, emails, television, the news, anywhere, sitting on the bus. I'm just going to ask to see if that's, yes, okay, that's been released. Okay, so this is going to be ongoing for you, Sabrina, okay? So please just ground. Okay, just going to look at, make sure I'm not missing any. Okay, Leila, thanks ever so much, and everything you said totally resonates, and as usual, spot on. When we're looking at energy, energy never lies. We may want to resist and not look at the truth because we have a belief system that makes us, feel either defensive or want to protect ourselves, or just be too fearful of looking at that, because then it means you're judged. Okay, and when you feel that way, Leila, you don't, but when you feel that way and you're defensive, there is a belief system that's going on there that's creating that. But energy never lies, and we never come from a place of judgment. It's always, we look in it, we shine the light on it with love and compassion, because that's not your fault if you feel and believe a certain way that you really don't know why you're feeling that way. Okay. And this is why these energy readings and healings are really so powerful for you to have some personal growth, because once you get that clarity, then you know what to do to remedy it or to dig deeper on it. Okay, Laura, thank you so much. I can feel like something is lifted. Yeah, good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I think all the messages, do you know what it is? I think they're all coming through as doubles because I'm also live on YouTube. That's probably not the best thing to do, so I might change that next time, because I'm getting probably 2 or 3 of everyone's. Okay, Alison, thank you. You're right. I feel exhausted today. And if I sit and rest, yes, tomorrow I will have double chores and everyday stuff to do. I will make time to do nothing. You know, Alison, it's time to do nothing without guilt. Okay, without judging yourself, without being critical of yourself. I am going live in the temple after this, where we're going to be working on your shadow self. So this will be a really good one for you, Alison, if you can log into that. Anita, I was unable to help family members, and there was nothing I could do years ago to help them. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Anita. Let me just have a look at that. This is guilt. And there's a real feeling here, Anita, of helplessness. So what I see here for you is, you know, this responsibility that you want to let go of is actually grief. Okay, and you weren't able to process that grief because of guilt. So the guilt kind of held it in place. And although there was nothing you could do, because if there was, then that would have happened. So know that on a soul level, this person went through what they went through because that was their soul's desire. You know, we all are born when we decide to be born on a soul level, and we all go home when we decide to go home. And often the people that are really left suffering is those that have felt helpless to change that or to save somebody. And for you, I see that this is your own burden of guilt through helplessness, but this really isn't true for you. This was divinely guided for this person. So I will ask if I can release this guilt for you, Anita. There's so much resistance to letting this go for you. And this also I see is really holding you back for happiness. So you don't allow yourself to be happy because you hold such a burden of guilt, because you really, you know, believe that you don't deserve happiness. But you absolutely do. Okay, let me just look a little bit deeper here to see where I can get to the root cause of this. Okay, so I'm just going to ask for, now this may actually cause, Anita, for you to release some emotions. Okay, so you may not feel immediately lighter, you may actually feel really emotional, but this is going to be really good for your healing and allow you to process that that guilt that you weren't able to feel. Okay, sorry, the grief, pardon me. So I'm just going to ask a few more questions here because this guilt's really serving you. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but it's really serving you a lot. Okay, and it's serving you in a way so that you just keep punishing yourself and doing better. And this is a worthiness issue for you. So I'm not worthy of being happy because, you know, but you were supposed to be and learn from this experience. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Creator to allow you to accept, allow you to bring in acceptance, because this is really where you've become quite stuck, is the acceptance and playing back what ifs. So I'm just going to ask for you for Creator, just surround you in unconditional love and to allow you to accept yourself and to accept this experience that you had. Allow you to let go of this and forgive yourself. So allowing this guilt to be released through love and compassion, and this forgiveness to come through for yourself. And clearing all emotions and feelings and stories of blame. And I see also here, Anita, that you've created this strategy of I'm going to blame even myself, or I'll blame them, or I'll blame them, I'll blame them, but you really struggle to let go of things. And that is because it serves you to hold on to it, because then you continue the story of I have to keep punishing myself to do better and to be worthy and to be good enough. Okay, so let's ask for all of that to be released and all of that grief and that guilt to be released now. Thank you. Okay, so this, as I say, is going to be a process for you, Anita. So let me know if that resonated with you. And if you're feeling these emotions coming up just now, or yeah, let me know. I'm sending you lots of love. Okay, Sabrina, thanks. Very accurate. Yes, I am finding it very hard to trust the universe. Yeah, and myself and my guidance. I had an interaction with a person recently where his energy and his words were totally different, and it threw me off key a lot. Okay. My higher guidance is saying I should be stepping back. Okay, yes. And trusting, because it's the role of the other person and not me to be initiating. But I feel scared, yeah. And on the openness, yes, I feel I've been too open and picking up too much for a while, but seems to be a recurring theme for me. You know, I guess, Sabrina, is I would perhaps look at your boundaries, because when we take on a lot of energy, we really struggle with our boundaries, and healthy ones at that. So I would maybe dig a little bit deeper on your boundaries and also your expectations, because what happens is we can only get disappointed when our expectations are not met. So either we feel that someone's let us down or not met us with the right energy, or something's not happened that we hope. And you know, this change in energy was what your ego was telling you. Oh wait, this isn't true. Okay, so the ego for you, the conscious part, is very, very loud and is really interfering quite a lot with your inner guidance and this lack of self-trust. So the lack of self-trust is a lack of self-trust, not in the universe, but in yourself. Because remember, we are all one, we are all part of the one, of the universe, of Creator. And when we can't trust the universe, we truly can't trust our own hearts and our own self, our own judgment, our own decisions. And that's the bit that is really requiring strengthening here for you. But this will come for you if you continue to push past the fear, because the fear is your protector. This is the one that's saying, well, we'll keep you here because this is familiar. Even though you're feeling scared, I'll be here, and you know, we can hold you in this fear. But it'll keep you here. And this is where you're benefiting to stay here. Because what's the alternative? The unfamiliar. Okay, the unfamiliar is truly not safe. The fear is the familiar. Okay, and this will really come to you through your own guidance, through your own healing journey. Okay. If anybody is looking for personal growth and to dig a bit deeper on their beliefs, and you know what is keeps creating the stories and the repeating patterns in your life, then I do run a healing group. It's called the Sacred Light Temple. I will put the link here in the comments, and you can maybe learn a little bit more about it. But it really is a space for women to really dig a lot deeper and look at their repeating patterns. We all have them. You know, we all have to push past our stuff to become really, truly who we are. Okay. So I'm just going to put in the comments here my group. And if you want to delve a bit deeper, then please do. If you've got any questions about it, then let me know. I'm just going to post that now. Okay, the questions are actually easier to read here on my phone. Okay. Okay, I just want to check on Anita after that. Anita, how are you feeling after that clearing that we've just done? Okay, Sabrina, even though I've tried to change boundaries for a long time. Well, you know, when we try and change the boundaries, what happens? Who gets upset? You know, who do you lose? Because that's what happens when we put in our boundaries for people that perhaps that we're not fully aligned with, then we can lose people. You know, we might lose friendships. We might, it might cause upset in families, but that's okay, because otherwise you have to settle. You have to accept less than what you're worth. Okay, so putting in your boundaries can be challenging, but otherwise you will stay in the same energy as you are. So keep trying, keep putting in your boundaries. We'll do a little bit of work around that in your spiritual boundaries. Anita, emotional, yes, Anita. So Anita, if you want to reach out and message, then I am here for you. Please know that this is really ready to be released now for you. Okay, you've carried this for a long time, and you don't have to continue to carry this, because you do really deserve happiness. You deserve love, and you are definitely worthy of that. Okay, right, gosh, that has flown in. I will do another 5 minutes, and then I will prepare for our healing group that I'm just jumping over to. So if you've got any other question, guys, get them in. If you want me to release a block and a belief system so that you can get some more clarity, then put your message in. Okay, hey, Anne-Marie, can I have some healing, please? Okay, let me just look. Okay. Glossop Lass, I'm going to just look at your light score here. Okay. I hear, so your light score is 11%. Okay, you would really benefit from some healing to release all of this heavy energy that you've got it around your heart here. Okay, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was anxiety there as well. There's a lot of heaviness here. I'm just going to ask what the priority is for you to be healed. Okay, so when I ask what the priority is, I hear you in your emotional body. So you carry a lot of emotions, and this is linked to your value, how much value you put on yourself. And I also see here that you have so much love to give. Okay, you've got the biggest heart, but you give it to everybody, and there's never any love that comes back to you. Okay, and this is the place that we really need to create this loving container that's your body, okay? Because if you're giving from lack, okay? And you're getting more and more and more emotionally depleted here as you go on through your days. Okay, let me have a look to see what else I can see here for you. Gloss of glass. Okay, I see a lot of energy here around your root chakra, and this can have an effect physically for you, I see. Not sure if you've got any issues or conditions there, but all of your emotions, you've stuffed down and stuffed down and stuffed down, and they're all kind of sitting around your bowel area. Okay, and now this can create low back pain also for you, and a real feeling that you're not supported. Now, you have got lots and lots of spiritual support here, and it feels like there's just this cloud over your head and a feeling of hopelessness. And where this is really coming from is there's a couple of different places, but you are very emotionally deep. Okay, so you hold things very deeply and you hold on to things very deeply. So you won't let go of something because it hurts you. Okay, and this is just causing more and more stagnant energy, and you just stuff it down. It's like you put on a mask, and that's who you show to the world, but that's actually not who is in here. So I'm just going to ask now, just for Creator to surround you in divine love and light. I'm just going to ask for a cleansing for you. So I'm going to ask for on all and every level of your being to cleanse, purify, and to heal your bowels, your intestines, your digestive system, and clearing deep shame that's being held here also. And unworthiness. And clearing anywhere and everywhere that you're not deserving of love. That's released quite nicely, actually. So asking Creator to call back your power in your heart, call back your heart chakra, your high heart chakra, to cleanse and purify all emotions that are not love, that are not light, to filter these out on all and every level of your being, in all time, all space, all reality, and all dimensions, and so it is. And asking Creator here to give you the awareness and the clarity and the ability to see within your heart, because I'm not quite sure you're actually seeing all of this that you're holding on to. So clearing this in all directions. Healing the skeletal system here. Clearing anywhere and everywhere that you have no support. You're unsupported in life, in love. Clearing all of this overthinking. So it's like a hive mind. So clearing the hive mind, all of the mind chatter, I call it the monkey mind. So clearing that and sending in divine light to create some space for you to think. And sending in light here through your crown chakra and activating every cell in your body, in your being, activating this through source love, harmonizing emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical bodies. And to bring in harmony, peace, harmony, and balance, to restore this through all centers, all chakras. I'm calling in here Gaia, so grounding you into the Gaia grid here, so you are connected to Earth, that you are receiving those loving, nurturing, supportive energies from Mother Earth. So setting this up through your energy, into your heart, connecting you into the universal source of source love. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Okay, Gloss at last. I don't know if you'll feel a shift. There's a lot. It's like, you know, when we heal, you can feel a shift immediately, depending on how deep it goes. Yours is very, very deep. So it's almost like you've got layers and layers and layers and layers to get through before you will consciously be aware of feeling things shifting. You may be aware of it, but there's definitely healing that's occurred for you tonight. And I would allow myself just to rest, and where your thoughts and awareness are going, just allow yourself to think of possibilities that might be opening for you. Okay, sending you lots and lots of love, and yeah, let me know if that resonated with you, Gloss at Last, if you could connect with anything that I said there. Hope that healing helped. Okay. Yes, Leila, I do see that's continuing. There might be some challenges around it continuing, but I do see it going forward for you. And this is really your aligned path. I think you'll do well with that. Perhaps even working in that line of work for you. Be careful of your boundaries, Leila. Okay, be careful of what you are taking on. We all have responsibility for keeping our own boundaries in check. And that is, you know, when you're around people, this is a really good way to know that you're taking on energy. Because many times we don't know, we just feel like crap. Okay. And, you know, I immediately can notice when I've taken on an energy is when I'm okay, I'm quite happy, bubbly, and then next minute I'm feeling angry and irritable and really flat. I know, you know, spiritually, intuitively, that's not mine. And what I do is I ask Creator to fill me with light, and I send their energy back with love and compassion. So you can practice that, it'll work for you. There may be for people something else going on if you're continuously lacking those boundaries and you're continuously taking on energy, because there could be something else spiritually going on that you're doing that to perhaps learn a lesson. You know, so but you can practice that, and then you will immediately feel lighter. But we all take on energy. Okay, nobody is any different because we're always experiencing life. Okay. Sabrina, could I be unconsciously sabotaging the connection? No, I don't feel like you are unconsciously sabotaging it. I feel that you're unconsciously trying to control it. And when we unconsciously try and control it, it is through fear, because the control helps the fear. Okay. Or the fear helps control. Okay, so the fear is your friend. The fear says, oh, I know what I'll do is I'm going to get involved here, and what you can do is you can control everything here so that everything works out fine. Okay, because then I'll get what I want. Okay, not from a selfish perspective, but I'll get what I want and what I need. And you know, that can get in the way. So having to control through fear, I feel that's what's getting in the way here. But if you really step back and just allowed life to happen, allowed things to unfold, you may actually get so busy loving yourself that you go, who? oh gosh, I forgot about that person. Okay, so at the moment there's a lack of the self-love for yourself, and when you do follow your highest passion and your highest joy, and you have fun and you fulfill everything, to make you happy and content, then we don't focus so much on that. We don't need it. Okay, it's when there's an emptiness that we want to fill that. Okay, so it's linked to happiness. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, Glossop Lass, thank you so much. Lots of love. Everything you said is 100% true. Glossop Lass, join our temple. We do a lot of healing. We do healing every Wednesday, and this would be cleared. It wouldn't take long for you, Glossop Lass, to clear this. Once you start to get underneath why you're holding on to it, and you'll get all that clarity in the group. So the link's in the comments if you want to explore that deeper, but I think it would really benefit you. You're very aligned with it. Or book in for a private if you don't want to obviously be sharing anything. But the group's a private group. Okay. Leela, it's so true. I love it, but I don't want to end up with compassion fatigue. Yes, that compassion fatigue is feeling everyone's stuff. Okay, it's the empath in us. Okay, thanks a million. I would love a private healing session. It's been a while. We could all benefit. I have a healing session every week. I do. I work with a healer in Brazil, Lucy. She works on me. I work on her, and we clear all of our stuff. And, it really does help you to come back to really, truly your authentic self without having to be who everybody else wants you to be, or who you feel that you need to be in order to be loved and accepted. And, nobody is exempt from all of this stuff. We're all human. Okay, so sending you all lots and lots of love. And I hope you enjoyed our session. I will be back on next month. I'm going to be taking Lucy on next month as a guest. She'll be doing some readings and healing also. So tune in then. I'll give you plenty of notice. Until then, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all soon. See you now.